During this refit, one of the cool projects I was looking forward to was removing the old knackered Osmo Seawater which I inherited with the boat, and replacing it with a brand new Seawater Pro 140 litre an hour AC powered water maker. This water maker is one of the most affordable on the market. It's made in the great country of America, and it's a really simple setup, so perfect for a cruiser. If you want to buy one of these water makers, you can use the code TOC100 to get $100 off the bill. I'm not a professional, so don't copy what I'm doing, but you can go to the Seawater Pro website where they have proper installation videos. In the meantime, enjoy this one. Cheers! So today I'm going to take the water maker out. So the water maker I'll show you is an Osmo C, which is used here. But basically the Osmo C water maker would have cost more to rebuild than it would be to just get a complete new one, which I didn't see any economic sense in. So I decided to get a Seawater Pro Watermaker, which is an AC powered, I think it's 140 or 130 litres an hour, which is way enough for this boat. What we're actually going to do is we're going to remove two, so we've got 3 water tanks. We've got 2 on the starboard side and 1 on the port. I'm actually going to convert the one onto the port into a second diesel tank. So we're going to carry about 750 litres of diesel. At the moment we carry 330. So we're going to have an extra few hundred litres of diesel, because if we've got the water maker we don't really need 1,000 litres of water, which is what this boat actually holds, which is a lot. On a full tank it actually lasts us for like 5 weeks in the summer, which is great, but if we've got a water maker we don't need it. I'd appreciate the extra diesel so we don't have to go into a marina to get diesel. Yeah, I'm going to start taking this water maker out now. It's underneath here. So I need to take it out from there. I'm going to take all the basic equipment out, and then I'm going to start going through and just disconnecting all the pipes and stuff, getting it ready for when my Seawater Pro Watermaker comes. I can literally just drop it straight in, plug and play situation. Being optimistic with that one. Alright, so this is the old water maker here. So here are the 2 membranes. They're actually short, stumpy fat ones. Not standard. So this was leaking from here. And also there was a number of components on this part which just weren't working properly. I mean, it's all rusted out. You can see there's started rusting everywhere, but there was so many things that weren't going right on this. It did require it to be sent back to Italy. Yeah, there wasn't much thought needed to go into that one. Is what was the best thing to do, is just get rid of this. And yeah, the ones that Seawater Pro make, the parts are all apart from the pressure pin for the water pressure. That's like a custom made thing that they've developed and patented. Apart from that, everything else is actually standard, so if anything goes wrong with it you can just change it up easier, which is not the same for this Osmo C thing. So despite it being a great water maker, it's overly complicated and overpriced as well. I think these things run at like 13 to 14 grand, which is like 10 grand more than what you can get a Seawater Pro one for. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. Cracking on with getting this piece of shit out. So a little mid-operation update. I've got those out there. That's looking good so far. And I've just got to take this out, and then I'm basically just going to like assess all the plumbing situation and see what is best left in. If I don't have to like reroute water pipes and electric wires and stuff like that, then I'm just going to leave the original ones in there. So yeah. So we're up to, I had to take all this out, which is a bit annoying. I didn't want to do that, but I had to access the back there. So that's good. Making progress. Cool, so here's the old one. I just got this out, and yeah, you can see it's a bit fucked. So I've taken all like the useful bits off, some like end pieces. I've got so many of these Jubilee clips now, I'll never need any more. The little plastic barb connections, taken all those off. Basically anything useful. And yeah, this is now going to get launched off the back. So just getting all this done here. I'll just show you what progress I've made. I've basically just been like tracing a lot of the tubes. So that's where the old one is, and I think I'm actually going to put the whole new Watermaker in the bilge. So basically the old membranes went there. They were these short, stumpy, like fat ones. These are long ones that are 1.5 meters. So my options are install them across these two, which is basically cutting more holes, taking away storage space. The filter housing unit for the Watermaker actually won't go under there anyway. It needs more space than that. So I would have to put the filter housing somewhere else. So I'm thinking, why don't I just put them all down here? I can modify the wood a little bit there, cut that out, and I can have the two membranes going straight underneath. I can bolt them to the underneath of the aluminium frame, which you can see there, and then I can put my filters down inside the bilge, which will basically free up that entire space for storage. So I think that's what I'm going to do. That seems much easier, because then everything's in like super close proximity as well. The only thing which isn't going to be close is the discharge pipe, which is up there, but that's just basic tubing. So I can run a tube over the top of the tank actually and take it straight down there. So I think that's it. I think that's the winner. That's what we're going to go with. So I'm going to remove all this old shit, and then the high pressure pump from the old one, and there's another filter down there. Going to remove all that stuff, and then yeah, just clear this space out ready so that I can install it all under the bilge when I'm done. It should be easier. Morning. So wet day today, not able to do any of the work on the hull, so I'm getting my ACs and my Watermaker brought onto the boat. They arrived in yesterday. My good friend Maximiliano, Italian Venezuelan Texan, he brought them over for me from Italy. So I've actually got a forklift that's going to come round and lift the crate up to the back of the boat there. Right, so I've got the just got the Watermaker, just unboxing it now. I'll basically show you what comes inside it. So this is the 140 litre an hour AC powered Seawater Pro Watermaker. This is probably one of the most simple Watermakers you can get. Everything, oh that's nice, some good instructions. So it's awesome. Basically everything comes inside this box. All your normal hoses, all your high pressure hoses to connect everything together. Your regulator here. This is like a patented regulator that's got like a pin inside it, so you actually don't need to adjust the pressure. Once you've set it, it stays, which is good. They give you all the filters, which is nice. And there's a 20 micron. There is a 5 micron. Look at this is awesome. Look at this. So they actually package these up for you, put them on here and tell you exactly what they are. That's so cool. That's so cool. So yeah, everything basically comes in a box, and then I've got my membranes, which are out there. That's the little DC pump there, which is like the small breaker panel. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, that's the little DC pump there, which takes the water to the high pressure system. Then this one here is my big high pressure motor. That is the 220. So yeah, that's going to go underneath here. I'm looking forward to installing all this.
The 2025 Odyssey Sailing Festival will take place in the BVIs from the 1st of April, and the cabins are now available for sale. The Odyssey Sailing Festival is a week-long party on a fleet of incredible catamarans with a group of legendary skippers at the helms. We do regattas, beach parties, raft-ups, and basically experience everything the cruising life has to offer. This is the third festival we will have done, and the second time we will be hosting the festival in the BVIs with Navigare. For the 2025 Odyssey Sailing Festival, the skippers are Dan and Kika, Kiana Welzan, Dustin Reynolds, Glenn Shepard, Lauren Landis, Erica and Warren, Raf and Sasha, Eric the Viking, Holly Martin, Ian Briany, and Laura Decker. If you would like to book a cabin or a berth, visit theoceancruisers.com/odyssey. For more information, email andy@theoceancruisers.com directly to book.
Yo, so a new day, Watermaker Day. So yeah, this is the Seawater Pro dual membrane, AC powered 140 litres an hour. We've got the two membranes here, really well engineered. They've got this casing around them, which keeps them extra safe and stops them from exploding like some of them do. High pressure pump there. You get a really good installation manual as well. Just goes through like every little bit that you need to do. Shows you photos and diagrams for everything. It's really good. These are also one of the most cost-effective water makers on the market as well, so they're doing really good. They're doing really good.
Before I show you how I put this together, I'll explain how a water maker works. Salt water enters the seawater strainer, which is connected through a through hole below the waterline with the help of this small DC pump. It then travels through this one-way valve into the cotton filters to remove any small particles from the salt water. It then travels into a high pressure pump where it is shot into the membranes through high pressure hoses, which separates the water from the brine. At this point, the water is sent through either a waste pipe and overboard or through a flow valve into your freshwater tanks. Every so often this timer also flushes fresh water through a carbon filter to soak the entire unit so the salt water cannot damage the filters when it's left unused for a while. And that's it. Simple.
The Watermaker is going right in the middle of my bilge, above my keelboat area, the bit that I just refurbished, renovated, whatever, who cares. It's just a word, doesn't matter if I get it wrong. So yeah, they're going down here. So I've basically made space underneath there by removing a wooden partition, and I've secured and screwed these on here where the filters are bolting onto. So yeah, basically this is where all this stuff is going. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is get all my filters and also my carbon washing filter, timer, all that stuff. I'm going to get that set up across here. That is actually going below the membranes, which are going to go across there underneath. So I need to get these in first, otherwise I'm going to lose access to that area. So yeah, that's what we're going for now. Okay, so I've done the first round of plumbing, which is basically the pre-filters here, and then the carbon filter. So, if we look here, so we've got, this is the carbon filter, which basically flushes the system. You can set it there. It's based on how much you actually use the Watermaker, depending on how much you flush it. But that'll go through there. These are like some pretty fancy check valves, which look quite cool. So this is where the water comes in from the low pressure pump. Goes through the filters. I've got a 20 and then a 5, and that's that basically checks your pressure, so you know when these need changing. And that then goes to the high pressure pump, which is down there. So this is looking pretty good. So we're ready to install this down here now on that wall. So let's do it. Cool, so some progress. We've got the DC boost pump in now, which you can see over there. I've got that running underneath the boards to here. Excuse the bilge, I need to organise all this. And then
I've got it running into the inlet there, and I've just looped that one, which will then go through there into the high pressure pump, which is over there. So this is looking pretty good. So what I'm about to do now is get all this plumbed up with this stuff and then get that mounted underneath here. So that's the next thing to do. Okay, so I've now got the membrane in. So the membrane is like hovering above this area here, which is great. What I've actually done, because I was unable to attach it to the frame underneath, I just couldn't get the drill. And then once I did get the drill, I wasn't able to get the, I don't know what you call it in the States. It's like the thing that makes the hole for the bolt tapper, I think. Don't know. Anyway, I wasn't able to get that, so I basically attached the, you can see it up there, I attached the wooden piece and then I've seekered it to the underneath of the aluminium frame, and that seeker would probably hold a keel on a boat, so that's going to be fine. So wait for that to set, then I can take the clamps off, and then the next thing I need to do is get the high pressure pump and put it down there, route those wires to the high pressure pump, route the freshwater pipe to the tank, and then the brine pipe to the seacock over there, which I think I'm going to need some adapters for. But yeah, that's basically what I've got to do next. I've nearly finished this and I'm really happy with it. I think it looks good. It's nice and compact, fits in that space perfectly. It's great. It'll give me fresh water and I'll never even need to look at it. I just moved all of that stuff so I can get underneath to install this high pressure pump, but what I need to do first is install the actual pump on there. So this is the motor, that's the pump. I need to install that on here. I've got a few bolts for it. It's really nicely explained in the manual there, so this should go pretty smoothly. And then once that is installed, I literally just need to connect the to there. I need to connect the low pressure, and then out pops the high pressure. So this should be super simple. So let's give it a shot. So I've got my high pressure pump installed there now. It's looking nice. So that was actually on like a pedestal that the old water pump was on for the AC. I had two AC water pumps, but they were both massively oversized. So I rerouted all of my ACs now to one water pump. I've got a redundant one if I ever need it, and I've put that on the pedestal where it's sat. So all I've got to do now is connect this one up at the back, and then this is the high pressure hose, which I've got to connect at the back as well, and then run them through to the membrane. And then the only thing I need to do after that is take the discharge, which is there, run that up there to the seacock, and then the freshwater pipe also. I need to run it over into that direction. So, nearly finished all this now, which is good. It's a dusty water tank.
Hello, so the Watermaker's finished now. We're back floating. I'll show you what it looks like. So there's Hibber.
Sorry about the mess.
Sorry about the mess, she's on board, so it's messy. So here's the Watermaker. What?
Like, none of this is my mess. Some of it is my mess. But I'm working, so I'll deal with it later.
Okay. So here we go. Here it is. Everything's installed here. All nice. Got the membranes. Got all the filters there. Flow meter. Pressure valve. Everything's looking good here. So we've got the DC pump down there. Comes in through this tube. Goes into here. Then it goes to the high pressure pump under there. Comes through the membranes. And then we've got the brine which shoots overboard there, and then we've got the fresh water pipe which goes into that one. And turning this on and actually getting the water out is super easy. So I've got two switches. I've got one which is there which says desalinator, Watermaker, and then I've got another one there which is my 220. So you turn the 12 volt on for a little while, and that basically gets all the salt water and pushes it up to it pushes it through your filters, and then you turn the 220 on, which then turns your high pressure pump on, and then that starts converting everything into fresh water. So that's it, super easy, really nice install. I really like where I've put it on the boat because it's completely out of the way. What do you think, sweetheart?
It's great.
She loves it. So that's it. If you want to buy one of these, you can use that code. I'll put it on the screen, TOC100. You get $100 off, and then I'll also put the link for this specific one, but all of them in general, in the description.